You know, they say that wise people will watch the Trucker John live stream. Yes, that's what they say. Are you wise? Trucker John is about to start, so prepare yourself for some titillating conversation. They say I'm farting in court. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's my lawyer. It's the lawyer doing it. The other lawyer. Yay, Trucker John's about to come on. Yoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I got a little sun today. Oh, well, it's the Trucker John show's about to come on, I guess. Well, lottie-da, lottie freaking da. Hey, man, stay tuned for Trucker John. Did I say Trucker John? I meant Trucker John. I'm the one doing the drugs, not Trucker John. Oh, yes. I don't even know why I'm here. Johnny Million, eat your heart out. Oh! What? That kind of looked like Andy Reid. Come a little closer.
This is supposed to be some sort of voice changer or something, but I really don't notice any difference.
Oh, please. Are you guys waiting for the Trucker John show? Just like me? Yeah, I know. It takes a while, I know. I'm waiting here too, just like you guys are. Don't bother me. I'm resting and relaxing and getting the cucumber thing in my eyes. Oh, say, can you see? Well, well, well. So we meet again. What? What'd you say? Something about Trucker John or something? Didn't quite catch that. Enough with the filters, dude. It's not even funny. It's just stupid. It's just Snapchat filters. You think you're some sort of like funny dude doing this shit? You're not. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John.
All right, mic is on. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be from. My hat is disappearing. I guess, I don't know what's going on with that. It's 9:14 here in Las Vegas in the AM. We have a current temperature of 78 degrees Fahrenheit. We're supposed to hit a high of 90. Which is lower than yesterday. We hit, I think, 94 or 5 yesterday, which is kind of crazy for April, even in Vegas. That's way hotter than normal for April. We're going to have, I think, a freaking scorching hot summer. We're already getting 95 degrees in April. That usually doesn't happen until June. So anyhow, good morning. Good to see everybody here. We got some people in the chat already. Look at everybody in there. Let me go back and see. Mad Max, Slava Ukrainian, #1 in the chat. First one in. Jackie's in there. Mr. Spock, live long and prosper. Every time I gotta do it. Let's see who else we got. Fancy. Oh, did I say Fancy? Fancy's here. Never fear, Fancy is here. We got Kevin Hawthorne from Lakeland, Florida. Good afternoon to you. Alvin Stube is here. Good to see Alvin. James Jaramillo is here. Good to see James. Carrie C. Hello, Carrie C. I see Carrie C. Jolie's here. Let's see. Backyard Trucker. Good to see you. A new subscriber, recent subscriber. Good to see you. Speaking of subs, we're up to 1707. Let's keep it going. Our climb, our march to 100,000 is going on. So make sure you like, subscribe, share the show out. Let's get to that 100K, because I want to get one of those plaques. It says 100,000 subscribers. Wouldn't that be cool to have hanging up behind me? Carrie C says hello. Ichabod Deer is here. Thanks to Ichabod for coming by. 52 degrees in Vermont. Let's see. Mike Mayberry's here. It's going to be 79 and sunny in Oregon. Mike Mayberry, good to see you. I'm not sure if I've seen you before. Good seeing you in here. Good morning to you. Ichabod Deer. I had solar electricity production yesterday. Highest ever thus far. Must be clear out. Laughing out loud. Well, enjoy it while you get the clear days, I guess. Seha says, holy crap, it's Trucker John. Holy crap, it's Seha. Let's see. Thanks for being here, Seha. Let's see. Ichabod Deer. High temps this winter broke records in Vermont by 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Didn't go below 0 degrees Fahrenheit this winter. Never happened before. Yeah. And even here in Vegas, we had a warmer than usual winter, I would say. So that's all leading me to think we're going to have just a freaking scorching summer. It's going to be hell. I'm not looking forward to it, but it is what it is. So just everyone hunker down. If you've got AC, get under the AC. If you find a cool spot, find some shade, stay hydrated. Use your sunscreen and all that kind of shit. And let's get through it. And Fancy says we had a lot of rain here in Los Angeles. Now, just a minute ago when I was just coming onto the station here, wow, this thing is so messed up. I can see my little like broom thing over there. So I'm trying to figure out how to position this, because if I go too far on one side, it just seems crooked to me. Like, I got to move back over this way now. I don't know. Okay, so I guess that's better. Now you don't see the mop handle in the corner. But everything is askew now. Just on my end. Anyhow. So we got everybody in here. Let's see. We could do a quick check. Hey, there's Still and Chit. Wait, I always say Still and Chit. It's Still and Not, I think. But every time I see it, I see Still and Shit. But Still and Not is here. Hola, amigos. Hola, back at ya. And I was gonna say, there's this new feature on here apparently, where I can pin a post. So let's just say, for instance, I take Ichabod Deer, and I want to pin this message. I can pin it, and it's pinned. I'm not sure what that did. Oh, it just goes, so it pins it to the top of your chat feed thing. That's a new feature that, at least on my device, that's just was just added this very moment. So there we go. Still and Not says Still and Shit is still cool. Don't mind if you use it. Thanks. I don't know why. As soon as I see your name, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. But anyhow, there's Tabitha. Thanks for being here, Tabitha. Good to see you. Not sure if I've seen Tabitha in here before, but good to see you. And this is bugging me too with the hat. The thing with the hat. What's going on with that? I was going to change backgrounds and I forgot, because I think this was doing this on the last episode. There's something about that white background or something that's playing havoc with the hat. So hopefully that it doesn't bother you guys too much. I don't know. It's kind of bothering me, but I can't really change. Well, I guess I could change the background, but I don't know if I want to do it. Should I do that? Should I? It's a whole thing. I got to go scrolling around looking for backgrounds, and I don't know. I could change the background, but unless you guys don't mind the weird hat effect, it's like doing weird things. It looks like it's about ready to dissolve or something. And also my hat looks crooked all the time. I'm just a crooked mess today. Let's see. Tabitha says, yes, I've been here before. Let's see, where was it? Oh, yep, I've been here before a few times. Well, thanks for being here again. Thanks for coming back. Always good to see everyone in here. Mrs. Fox says, howdy. Roxanne Armfield, good morning, everyone. Roxanne Armfield, I don't know if I remember that name either. So thanks for coming in. Thanks for being here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. We always say that. Fancy says, I don't mind. Well, you better mind. Oh, you don't mind. Okay, you don't mind whatever was going on with the green screen, I guess. I think I've fixed the outer perimeters of it. Now the thing going on is the hat, but that's bugging me. It's like translucent, sort of, and it's not green. There's no green in this hat. It's just something to do with the background that is causing it to do that. So anyhow, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It is what it is. Speaking of it is what it is. Should we talk about Trump and his trial? Or are we just sick of that? Are we just sick of it? I mean, how many fart jokes can you tell? How many shitty, dirty diaper Don jokes can you tell? You know. Jason Ramiro says, "Is Scotty beating you up?" Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I'm in the. I'm sort of stuck in the transformer beam or whatever. Backyard Trucker says no politics. Want to take a little break from the politics? Okay, well, we'll just see where it goes. Like I say, these conversations on these Talking with Trucker Johns, we talk about everything from, like I say, bugs and snakes and food and beer and trucks and Las Vegas and politics. Politics creep in there, but we'll just see where it goes, I guess. Fancy says he is upset no protesters are showing up in court. Yeah, where are my protesters? Julie says, we'll just pretend you're talking to us from another dimension. Yes, I'm coming in from the fourth dimension or something. Ichabod Deer says, I hear they are bottling his stench for MTG to sniff. Backyard Trucker, hi, Marketplace Boutique. Oh, did I miss some? Oh, it's Marketplace Boutique. Hi, everybody. I didn't see you in there. Thanks for coming here. Marketplace Boutique. That's a new one. I don't know if I've seen that one before. So thanks for being here. Roxanne Arfield says, hiya, James. Marketplace Boutique says, I don't know, but I've changed a lot of diapers. Can you imagine that, though, having to change that guy's diapers? Like, the only diapers I've ever changed in my life are my kids. And it's like a whole different ballgame. When it's your own kids, like, I changed a lot of diapers. For the first couple of years of each of their existences, and my kids were really good. They got potty trained pretty early, way earlier than a lot of other kids. I mean, by 2, or just shortly after 2, it seemed like they were pretty much potty trained, and they were using the toilet, the toity. They were good. They were really good. Because I've known other parents where the kids were still in diapers like 4 or something. So thank goodness our kids were that. But I changed their diapers, and I did it lovingly. And it was like with my own kids, I didn't mind. There was a few times when we were watching some other people's kids or something, and my ex would just if they had to change. It's like I didn't want to change some other kids' diapers. There's just something about some other people's kids' diapers I don't want anything to do with. But my own kids, I really had no problem. I would just change it, and it was like they're my kids, so it didn't bother me. So could you imagine having to change like fucking an 80-year-old man's diaper? I mean, my God. Now I understand there are plenty of people that have health issues and have incontinence, and I don't mean to make fun of any of that. But when it comes to Trump, I think he deserves any ridicule that he gets, because, he thinks it's a one-way street. He thinks he can bag on people's health conditions or their physical conditions or anything all day long without even ever looking in the mirror, apparently. So he deserves whatever he gets. So this isn't directed at people, like I say, who have health issues. This is directed directly at him for being such a hypocrite, basically. Big Hook, do you go to the electronics show? You talking about CES? That was a few months ago. I didn't go to that, and I haven't gone to any shows, any of these big conventions and these big shows that they have. I haven't gone to any, right? Although they just had one, I wish I would have went to the NAB show, which is like the North American Broadcasting something or other. And that looked really interesting. I've watched a lot of videos that other live streamers have done, YouTubers have done. And I wish I would have gone to the NAB show. That would have been cool. Maybe someday I will get my shit together, because it seems like I don't check them out in time to get like the time and, to try to get a pass or whatever. A lot of these you have to pay for, it's not free. But anyhow, someday I'll get my shit together and go to one and live stream from there. That'd be pretty cool. Tabitha says, can you tell me about that picture of you with the 2 gorgeous ladies? Those are my girlfriends. No, those are fake showgirls. I do have a story about that I've told before. Basically, that picture that we took, that was last about over a year ago, I guess. And my son and I guess I'm trying to remember if my son was married or not at that point. But anyhow, his now wife, at the time, I can't remember if that was, I think it was after they were married. So I guess they were married at the time. They came up for a little trip, and we were walking around, and these Vegas showgirls came up, and they do that all the time to take pictures, and just like they have like a Spider-Man guy, and they've got Mario Brothers, and they've got Mickey and Minnie, you know, all the people in character, out, you know, the costumes and stuff, and they have these like fake showgirls, like the ones in that picture, and I know that they do that for a fee, and I know it wasn't for free, but anyhow, I thought it would be fun just to do it. I had never done that before, and as soon as we took the pictures, this girl starts hammering me for like, she goes, yeah, the normal rate's like $100 each or something like that. And I was like, what? Because I'm thinking maybe $20 for the whole thing, you know, like $10 a piece. That's what I'm thinking. And her whole tone changed. Like before the picture, she's all sweet and you know, it's a typical thing. They're just trying to get you to take the picture. They butter you up, whatever. I know the game. I know what it is. But then as soon as that she started saying the price, her tone of voice changed, everything changed. And I was just like, wait, what? $100? What are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, that's the thing. And she started getting really aggressive. And I was just like, I'm like, no way, I'm not paying $100. And she's like, if you don't do that, we're going to report you or whatever. She was like really threatening, like she was going to start yelling bloody murder or something. So anyhow, I looked in my wallet. I had a $50, all I had was a $50 bill. And or you know, that's all I had. I actually had a bunch of 50s because I had gotten some money out because I knew I was going out with my son and daughter-in-law. And so I go, here's $50, just take it or leave it. And she kind of takes it. She's like, she goes huff some puffs off. And so the moral of the story is, whenever you do that, wherever you're at, because they have these in all these touristy places, you know, where people take pictures with these characters. Make sure you negotiate a price up front. Just say how much do you charge? Do it before you ever take the picture. And you agree on something. And don't take the picture or whatever if you don't agree with it. But make sure up front you know that you're paying them $10 or $20, or if it's $50, if you want to pay $50 or $100. But it shouldn't be some sort of extortion type of thing. That's what I felt like. I was like being extorted. So yeah, that's the picture. That's the story on that. It's just sort of a beware. If you ever do that, if you're in Vegas or any of these cities where they have those, because I know they do it in Hollywood Boulevard, and I know they've done it. I think I've seen it in other like New York City and stuff. So just make sure up front you go, hey, so how much do you want? How much do you charge or whatever? And then if they say something ridiculous, just say no. If they say $50, just go, no, I'll do it for $5. Just lowball them and see if they do it, or say I'll do it for 10 or whatever you feel comfortable with. But make sure you have the price up front. And I've also heard stories where just as you're taking the picture, all the other characters and stuff will like kind of like photobomb you, and then they all have their hand out, and so you got. I've heard horror stories about these characters, and maybe it's just anecdotal that part of it about them jumping in the picture, and then demanding that you pay every person that was in the picture. Just beware though that. A lot of times those people that are in those costumes, they're not the most savory of folks. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so there's WW. WW here says, I was never very good in diapers. Other people's poop is not my thing. Yeah, it's a whole different game. But if it's not your own poop, and if it's not your kid's poop, it's kind of hard. Now, some people have no problem with it, and God bless them. God bless them. Come on, dear. My kids just ate some chili. Can you change his diaper? Yeah, right. Yeah. Marketplace Boutique. I used to work at a nursing home. That didn't last. I used to work, and when I think I was 16 or something. It was like a summer job I had. I guess between my freshman and sophomore year, or sophomore and freshman or junior year. I don't know, but whenever I was 16, the summer I was 6, I think I was 16 because I was driving and stuff. I had my car. I think, yeah, I had a car because I would drive to work and everything. But over the summer, I worked at Mission Linen Supply, which is a company. I guess they're still around. I think they changed the name maybe. But and they're a linen service, and they have big contracts with hotels and with hospitals and nursing homes and stuff like that. And my job was to unload the trucks that would come in, offload them, and put all the dirty linen into carts, and then the carts, put them on a loading dock, and then people would take those to the washing machines, right? And you kind of have to unfurl, because sometimes they're just all rolled up and bunched up. And so when you take them out, you kind of have to unfurl them and put them in the cart. And a lot of times, the workers at these nursing homes would leave a nice little present in there. A nice turd, or a big turd. And that was kind of gross. Yeah. I had to deal with that. That's when I was 16. And it was over the summer in the desert, and it's 100 degrees out, and you're unfurling bed sheets from nursing homes that have turds in them. So, all for, I think minimum wage was like, I forget exactly, $2.65 an hour, I think maybe less, maybe $2.25 an hour, whatever it was. I'm sure someone could Google what was the minimum wage in 77? Or so, 76, 77, I guess, somewhere around there. But hey, it was a summer job, and I was happy to get a paycheck. So I had a little bit of money, I had a little bit of money in my pocket. Had to keep that 65 Rambler, running. It didn't run on its own, I had to buy gas for it. Mr. Spock says, no, how about a game? See who can go the longest without mentioning the orange piece of goo starting now. Go now, wait for it. Well, we'll try. I know we've broken that already, but a few times. Mr. Spock, feed it to my angry cat. Tabitha says, neat. Feet or not, I'd still get the picture. Yeah, it's kind of a cool picture. Like I say, the only thing is, what I learned is make sure you negotiate a price up front. Don't wait till after you take the picture, and then you feel like, they can demand all these prices, and they act like they're going to raise holy hell about it, and get cops involved or whatever. So just make sure you just say, hey, well, how much, and will you do it for 10? Will you do it for 20 or whatever? That's the main thing. That's the main lesson that I learned, I guess. Real Bill Peace here. Real Bill Peace says, I didn't sleep worth a crap last night. There was an owl fighting with the neighbor's cats, and they were making all kinds of noise. Those damn owls and cats. Well, that sucks. So sorry to hear about that. Marketplace Boutique. Oh, wow. I had no idea about taking pics. Thanks for heads up. Yeah, like I said, just make sure if you just ask them up front. And if you think it's too much, then just walk away. And they'll probably negotiate because they're out there trying to, hustle up some money. So, let's see. Andrew Petrie, I came here for the girls in the thumbnail. Where are they? They are out on the strip, probably. There's lots of them. Lots of them out there on the Vegas Strip. Real Bill P says, weather mostly sunny here in Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, high of 65. See, that sounds nice. We were having highs of 65 just not too long ago. Now we're having highs of 95. And it's only April. WW says, if I traveled with my dad, I had to deal with it too. I guess you're talking about the other thing we were talking about. Everyone's saying hello to Andrew Petrie. And let's see, W says, all the ladies in here are super hot. Andrew Petrie. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have hot ladies in here. James Henry says, geez, I bet it was peanuts back then. Yeah, I think it was like 265 or something, or 220. I don't know. It was in the twos. Fancy says 230 was the minimum wage. Oh, okay. Wow, even lower than I thought. Tabitha says, good point. Harry KP says, did you get paid by the pound and piece, or were pieces extra? Thanks. Yeah, it was just by the hour. Oh, shoot. Let me shut that off. Forgot to shut that off. I don't know if you guys heard the AC just kicked on. and it's not really good when you're trying to do a live stream, probably. So, anyway, I just hit the off button. It takes a couple minutes now for it to cycle down, I guess. There it goes. Andrew Petrie says at Backyard Trucker, good day, buddy. And there we are. I think I caught up with you guys. I think pretty much caught up. But yeah, here we are. It's going to be a 90-degree day, which is cooler than yesterday. So hopefully we're having a little cooling trend. Let's see. What does my watch say? Right now it's 80. I was just trying to get the weekly forecast or whatever, but anyhow. So we have 19% humidity. That seems kind of high for here. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. I keep doing that. Andrew Petrie says the island is slowly flipping over. Stupid subduction zone. The island is flipping over? That sounds like a sci-fi movie. Keith Polite says, see that Buttigieg announced the high-speed rail yesterday between LA and L. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, they've broken ground on it. This is a thing they've been talking about doing for, I think, at least 30 years. So it's good to see they're finally, looks like it's finally going to happen. It's going to take a few years to get built, of course. I think like 4 years, they're saying. So we'll see how that goes. It sounds pretty cool. I don't know how much a ticket is. I heard Hal Sparks yesterday talking about that he would use it to go down to LA. I wonder how much the tickets are, because somebody said, now this is one of my passengers said he heard it was going to be $200 for a ticket, which to me sounds really expensive. Maybe to some other people that's not expensive. But I mean, if you're just going to hop on the train like willy-nilly, I mean, I can get plane tickets from here for way cheaper than that. So I don't think it's going to be $200, because I can get a Frontier flight. Well, you know what? I haven't checked the prices since COVID, because I used to get. I flew down to Ontario, which is basically right next to Rancho Cucamonga, which is the starting or end point, however you want to look at it, of this train. It's Rancho Cucamonga to Vegas, and Vegas to Rancho Cucamonga, and Ontario is right next door to Rancho Cucamonga, and the airport, Ontario Airport's right there. Well, during COVID, I guess you can't count COVID prices, but I could get Frontier tickets for like $14, you know. But I would imagine it's probably under $100 still, even now. Especially if you got a red eye, it'd probably be $50, $40. I shouldn't say something because I haven't really checked it in a while. But the point is, I think you can get air flights from Vegas back into Ontario way cheaper than $200. So hopefully, I guess this person may have been talking out their ass. I don't know. I don't know how much it's going to cost. So hopefully, I think the tickets should be cheap. I mean, you know, if they want it to be successful. Anyhow, it's kind of cool. Like I said, they've been talking about it for 30 or more years, and so it's finally getting done. It's finally in the process. You know, they've broken ground apparently. So, I think it's a good thing. It's just one more way of getting up here. You know, I mean, right now people either fly or they drive. There is no train service really, right? Just trying to think. I know we have trains that come through, but I think they're all just, freight and stuff. I don't think there's any like passenger trains. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's like any train station type of a thing. It's all freight type of stuff that comes through. Richie's here. Good morning from San Diego. Hey, Richie, good to see you. Now, I don't think I've seen Richie before, so good. Thanks for being here. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe and share button and all that good stuff for me. Harry KP, any jokes? How many times has a wild skunk in the woods just walked right at you doing its skunk thing? Bipedal what? Smell this? I win with... well, I would have to say that never. That's never happened to me. Thank goodness. I've never had an encounter with a skunk other than, driving. You know how you smell the skunks? Either they sprayed something because they were scared, or they got ran over, and I guess sprayed when they got ran over or something. I've seen dead skunks on roadkill, so I've smelled them that way pretty badly. But I've never been like walking around and encountered one. Big Hook says, yeah, Burnaby is becoming high-rise central everywhere. Another 50-floor monstrosity going up. Wow. Is that up in Canada, eh? WW says 381 range. I like this vehicle. Look about deer. What vehicle were you guys talking about? I must have missed that. I don't know if you guys are talking about the Mach-E or what. But I did just watch a video yesterday. A guy from Vegas, or he was in Vegas. I don't know if he lives. I don't think he lives in Vegas because this guy was really kind of a moron. He didn't know what a Joshua tree was. He's like, look at these trees. He's like, that kind of shit really bugs me when you don't know what a fucking Joshua tree is. I mean, come on. And just because you're from back east doesn't mean you can't know what a fucking Joshua tree is. Anyhow, he got this brand new. He didn't buy it, but I guess Chevy let him drive it. The brand new Chevy Silverado, and it looked sharp as fuck. It looked fucking awesome. And Chevy is saying that thing has a 440-mile range, which is higher than the F-150 Lightning. It's higher than the Cybertruck by far, by almost 100 miles, I think. And so the guy tested it. So him and his buddy got in the car. They started from Vegas, and they went south on the 15, and they cut across on these highways that go down into the desert. And they ended up in Needles. Where'd they end up? I think they ended up somewhere in Arizona. It might have been Phoenix. I don't know, but they ended up going 460 miles. I mean, he actually took it all the way to like zero. I mean, he zeroed it out. They actually were in a parking lot with like Electrify America or EVgo. They were like 100 yards short of it, and when the thing conked out and he couldn't go, and they had to like they brought in another truck to charge him up, just to get him to 3% so they could get the thing to the charger. But still, he ran it all the way to zero, and they got over 460 miles, or maybe it was like 460 exactly, which I was very, very impressed with. 460 miles, and that was just with them dicking around with these morons. This guy who did the thing was a complete moron, in my opinion. Maybe he was doing that just to be cute, and for the camera and for his video, but. Anyhow, he was smart enough to get 460 miles out of that truck. So that was pretty impressive. I don't know what the trucks are going for. They never did mention price. I don't know if they're competitive with Cybertruck or with the F-150. I would imagine they would have to be. I mean, but I have no idea if that's a $40,000 truck or if that's a $90,000 truck. I really don't know. But it looked fucking sharp as fuck, and it got 460 miles. That's impressive. Backyard Trucker says, I like the hybrid trucks. Hybrids are a great way to go. If you're not ready to go to electric, hybrids are a great way to go. And the hybrid technology has been around long enough now where it works really well. A lot of the bugs are worked out, I think, of the systems. And you can get great mileage, better mileage than you would if it was just conventional ICE, 100% ICE engine, which is redundant. But anyhow, and it's a great way to go if you stretch out your mileage. And WW Electric, yes, I was talking about Silverado EV. That's what EV means. Anyhow. What was I saying? Oh yeah, hybrids are a great way to go. And like I said, I tell people all the time who are in my passengers, because a lot of times they get into my Model 3 Tesla, and this is the first time they've ever been any electric vehicle, let alone a Tesla. Still, after all this time, people don't really know very much about EVs or Teslas. Sometimes people ask me if Tesla is a hybrid or if it takes gas. And I'm like, no, this is all electric. I always think that's a funny question to ask if a Tesla takes gas. But anyhow, so people don't know about EVs. So, and if they're not ready for one, I just tell them, hey, look, don't get one if you're not ready for it. Or, you know, I mean, probably the longer you wait, not the longer, like if you wait 50 years, that'd be kind of ridiculous. But if you wait another 4 or 5 years, the technology is going to be so much better than it is now, and it's pretty good now. I think Tesla's doing a really good job, and I think the ones coming out from Ford and Chevy, they look pretty good. But the infrastructure around it, as far as charging stations and home charging and all that stuff, it's going to be so much better. The battery, the range is going to keep improving, all of that. So if you wait 4 or 5 years or 8 years or whatever, it's just going to be that the cars are going to be that much better. So you know, you just do what you do. There's Richie. I think I read that already. Big Cook says, dogs are the worst when they get sprayed by skunks. Days of washing and tomato juice to get that to stop. Yeah, I bet. That's probably no fun. Your dog comes home. He's been out, you know, roaming around. And you're like, whew. Hey, there's Midas Kevin's here. Good to see Midas Kevin. Says, U2 made one of their albums and talked about it on an actual tree, and they actually had pictures of it on the cover, on the album cover. I don't know what W says, or was it Oklahoma? So I missed the previous post, so I don't know what you're talking about. Backyard Trucker says, no charging stations everywhere. I laugh at all the people sitting at charging stations for hours waiting to get a charge. It takes 5 minutes to refill my truck. I doubt anyone is waiting hours. Maybe in other parts of the country. I've never waited more than 5 or 10 minutes, and that's only been a couple of times. Every time I go, there's a spot open, and I can charge. So you say it takes you 5 minutes. I guess 5 minutes wouldn't give me too much of a charge, but if I charge for 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, that would give me enough charge to go hours and hours more. I mean, that would give me over 100 miles of range. So I don't know about this thing about waiting hours. I've never heard of anyone waiting hours. You might see a line and you're just assuming that people are waiting for hours, but like I've been in a couple of times where it was really busy, the one I went to, and I waited like 5 minutes. You know, and I usually charge mine all the way up to 100%. So, and it's usually at the end of the night after I've been Ubering, and so I might be down to 20 or 25%. Sometimes I'm in the 30s or 40s, whatever it is, and I just charge it up. And it usually takes anywhere from 20 minutes to 40 minutes, 20 to 40 minutes to get me a full charge that's going to last me all the way until the next 24 hours later. So, but if I wanted to just do a 10-minute charge, that would give me probably another 100 miles or whatever. That would let's say if it was in the evening and I was getting a little low, I was getting down to 30% or something, or even 28%, and I still wanted to drive Uber for a couple more hours or something, I could go into a supercharger and just go, 13 minutes, and that would give me way more than I would need for those next 2 hours, So you can just charge for 10, 15 minutes, and that'll get you all you need. So I don't know. I think that these things about waiting hours and stuff like that, it's I've never seen that. W says, love it, James here. Maybe they are insane. Let's see. Andrew Peter says, we have fossilized palm trees in Vancouver Island. Oh, really? Wow, I didn't know that. Big Cook. So, Andrew, your family likes the name with you and extensions. Harry KP's here. Hey, Harry KP, good to see you. Thanks for being here in the chat. This is at Andrew Petrie Elephant. I'm pretty sure it was a skunk that was rooting around the camping area we were at while I slept in the picnic on the picnic table. Go away, skunk. No food up here. Andrew Petrie says Andrea is my sister. Oh, Andrea the mod is your sister. That's cool. Awesome. WW says, my sister refuses to wait in line to buy gas. She'd rather pay 10 to 20 cents more. Well, what I've noticed, okay, look, how big's her gas tank? Okay, let's say she pays 10 cents more, and she has a 15-gallon gas tank, or she buys 15 gallons of gas, let's just say. So by my math, isn't that like $1.50? So she paid $1.50 more for convenience. I don't have no problem with that. She paid $1.50 so she didn't have to wait in line. So what? Big fucking deal. I've seen people where one gas station, there's a gas station on one corner, on the other corner is another gas station. And I've seen where the gas station, it could be a difference of 5 cents. It could be 5 cents cheaper. And I've seen people in the line for the 5 cent cheaper stuff, and people are getting, most people get 10, 12 gallons of gas. So you're going to save 60 cents and wait in the line for a 60 cent saving. I don't understand that mentality. Maybe that's why I'm always broke, because I don't have that penny pincher mentality. Maybe I'm not a cheapskate. I don't know. Big Hook says, yes, I understand. That's when she said, love you, little brother Andrew. Francis said, I need full serve gas. I hate touching gas nozzle everyone touches. Well, there you go. And I bet, isn't it kind of hard to find full service these days? It seems like it's hard to find, man. And remember the old days, and full service, if you find full service, all they're doing is going to stick the nozzle in your tank, I bet. But remember the old days, they would check your oil, they'd wash your windshield. I worked at a full service gas station when I was in high school. And this was just at the point, this is like in 78, I think, somewhere around there. And we had an island on one side that was self-service, and we still had an island in front that was full service. This is when things were kind of transitioning from going away from full service, because it used to be everything was full service. And then so at our station, it was a 76 station, so we had self-service islands, and then we had full service islands. And people would go to the full service islands a lot, and yeah, we would check the oil, we would wash the windshield, do the whole thing, check the air pressure if they wanted, You don't get that anymore. If you're lucky enough to find a full service, you'll get somebody to come out and they'll just stick the nozzle in for you, and hang it back up when you're done. Let's see. WW says, when your battery is cold, it charges more slowly. That's why you pre-charge and you precondition it. That's what the problem was with those Nimrods in Chicago that were going into the charging station without preconditioning their batteries. And then it wouldn't charge. You got to precondition it. And basically all that is, either in the Ford, they have a button that you can push and it'll start preconditioning the battery. In the Teslas, as soon as you put it in your navigation that you're going to the charging station, it'll start preconditioning. So you got to do that. Backyard trucker, no full service anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. It's hard to find a full service. James Hermio, there's a 25-cent gap between regular and mid-grade where I am. Yeah, which is a different issue than I was talking about going like across the street to save 5 cents. I wasn't talking about the grades. I was just talking about the actual gas station prices, where people will wait in line for 20 minutes to save 60 cents. Andrew Peacher said, I don't drive truck anymore. I ride complete alcoholic horse, Sprinkles. WW says, I was at Long Beach Seal Beach when I was at Long Beach. Okay, ... Seal Beach, which are two different beaches, I guess. Is that California? Those sounds like California to me. When Illinois gas was still under $2, we passed a gas station that had $3 gas. I got out and took a picture. I thought nobody would believe me. Yeah, it's funny, gas prices. I can remember it must have been 74, maybe? I don't know. And I remember my dad, we went to a gas station. My dad got out of the car and he got out of the car and he put his hands on his hips and he looked up at the sign and he was shaking his head and he goes, "I don't believe it." He goes, "I don't believe it. They finally did it. They finally hit 30 cents. And he was just so like, he just was like flabbergasted because gas had always been, I think in the 20s, like 28 cents or whatever. And it was like 30 or 34 cents or something. And he was just like, it was like, I can't believe it. It was like this apocryphal, like end of the world type of thing, like that's it. We're at the end of the world now because gas is 34 cents a gallon or whatever it was. And that was sort of the beginning of, embargoes and OPEC and all that bullshit. Joy Fox, just keep a box of latex gloves in your car for the gas pump. Yeah, and I actually remember seeing, and maybe there's some places that still do it. They would have like a little dispenser there with the little latex gloves that people could use, or little gloves or something. I've seen that at a few gas stations. It's been a long time. The last time I saw one may have been 20 years ago, but I remember seeing them. Let's see. Hey, there's Suzanne Forisepi. Thanks for being here, Suzanne. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Says no one can afford an electric car. Well, if you can afford a car, let's say a gas-powered car, then you could probably afford an electric. Model 3s, the base price is like $40,000. Now they took away the $7,500 tax credit. I just learned. So there was a $7,500 tax credit, which brought the price down to $33,500 or whatever. But that went away. But they still have it for the Model Y, and you can get a Model Y now with the tax credit and everything. They're, according to the Tesla website, for $29,000. $29,000 for a Model Y. So that's another thing. Everyone thinks, or people like Suzanne, think that EVs are like over $100,000 or something. Even the Model 3 that I drive, that's around $40,000, and that's almost like an average price car, right? And like I said, you can get these Model Ys right now for like around $29,000-$30,000. Apparently, they just had a price drop, and even the regular price was like $42,000, $45,000 for a standard model. So I don't think that's really out of touch, to gas powered cars. So if you can't afford an electric car, then you can't afford any car as far as like a brand new car. W says New Jersey. Oh. There's a Long Beach, New Jersey, and there's a Seal Beach, New Jersey. Well, there's a Seal Beach in California and a Long Beach in California, too. James Firmino, gotcha. Hey, Jolie, gifted 10 Truckertron memberships. Awesome, Jolie. Thank you so much. That's pretty nice of you. So we've got all these new members now. You guys are now members of the Truckertron channel. Welcome. Look at there. That's pretty awesome, Jolie. Thanks for doing that. Andrew Peachy says it's fancy. I have to hide my beer in the back of the toilet. You should see the chip marks on the lid. Okay, then. Joy Fox is here. Hey, Joy. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. It says, my car holds less than 10 gallons. Even when empty, I don't stress too much about a few cents difference. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't think people do the math. I think they see that this one station is 5 cents cheaper and they'll wait in line, which is fine. If you don't mind waiting in line, fine. But I'm just saying, like, since the conversation came up about it, you know, and for you, it's a 10-gallon thing. That's 50 cents, I guess, right? If I'm doing my math right. So, is 50 cents worth going in and out real quick, or, you know, whatever? It's an individual thing. It's up to you, right? Andrew Petrie, I can remember 95 cents per liter. Okay, well, you Canadians are a whole different system there. Suzanne West, you have an electric car. WW says, I have a huge car fund. Paid cash for my last one 14 years ago. And savings ever since. I could buy a Tesla S Plaid if it was union made. I know, I wish it was. I wish they were union made. This is a good point because, you know, I'm pro-union, I'm pro-union. I'm for workers' rights, I'm for solidarity, I'm for collective bargaining, all that good stuff. And well, as we know, you know, Elmo is not. So that's a factor. And for some people, it's a deal breaker. Like I think for Wes, like he's not going to buy a Tesla because it's not union made, and I completely understand that. So you can buy that Ford, and I think the Mach-E's are really nice. I don't think you're going to go wrong with the Mach-E. But you might want to look at that Chevy Silverado because that looked fucking awesome. I don't know if you like trucks or not, but the Mach-E, I don't think you're going to regret that. And it's union made. Harry KP, Ben Franklin would love to drive electric, I bet. Yeah, and he would have put a kite on it or something. WWW, now I can buy a Volkswagen. Yeah, they just, and isn't this wonderful? Volkswagen, the workers, the auto workers at Volkswagen in West Virginia, I think it is, that plant there, they just voted to go union. And I remember a few years ago, I don't know if this was this under Trump administration or was it under Obama? But they voted it down. Even though Volkswagen, the company, they were encouraging the workers to vote for it. And they voted it down. And now here we are in 2024 with Joe Biden as president, bringing back jobs. We've seen a resurgence of union jobs. It's like the whole. My point is, I guess I'm trying to make a point about this. The attitude has changed. When you have a guy like Joe Biden, you can just. That's why elections matter. Voting matters. Elections have consequences. When you have a dirtbag like Trump, you know, it's like, and this goes back to Reagan, just the demonizing of unions, and that unions are corrupt and they're full of mobsters, and you know, it's just not American to force people into unions and all that kind of shit, and have this decades and decades of this sort of demonization of unions to the point where we went from having about 30 or 33% or at the high of I think private sector jobs being union down to like single digits within 20 or 30 years, starting from Reagan, right? And I don't know what the numbers are now. I know we're not up to those numbers, but as far as percentage-wise, but it just seems like we've been seeing a resurgence of union, and the whole attitude has changed, and where unions are becoming acceptable again and desirable again, and you saw that with the Volkswagen case just the other day, where just a few years ago they voted it down, and they were and you're like, what are you guys doing? What are you thinking? Why you had a chance to get a nice union, which helps you with wages and working conditions and benefits, and gives you representation. Why did you do that? And now just a few years later, there's a whole new attitude out there, and I give Joe Biden so much credit for, I think, just putting the word out that unions are a good thing. It's a good thing. So now Volkswagen has union auto workers in West Virginia or Virginia or wherever it was, and I think it's a great thing. So now W can go buy an i6 or whatever. What's the Volkswagen has an EV? Backyard Trucker says, Joy Fox, my one truck holds 35 gallons and costs $100 plus to fill. My other holds 240 and costs $1,000 to fill. Yeah, that's your big truck, I guess, right? I think the most I ever spent when I was driving, I remember, gosh, was that in 08? What year was that? When I remember gas, I remember diesel was, in some places, was like over $5 a gallon. Well, even during, what was the time, it was during COVID too? But there was a couple of different times where I remember spending, I even made a video of it. I can't even remember what it was, but it was ridiculous, the cost to fill those things up. I'm trying to remember what I spent. Anyhow, yeah, it was a lot. Suzanne, I'm broke and penniless. Well, join the club. I'm broke and penniless too, so we can be broke and penniless together here on the Trucker John Show. Suzanne, $29,000 is a lot of money. Well, my point is, what I was trying to say is, you can't just single out EVs. My point is, if you can't afford a $29,000 or even a car EV, I mean, then you can't afford a gas-powered one either. It's not. It's not the EV part of it. There are EVs that are very comparably priced to gas-powered cars. That was my point. It's not like EVs are like way out of line with what the average car price is. They've come down to much more average price, much more comparable and competitive with gas-powered cars. That was my point. If you're broke, you're broke. Yeah, and I can't even afford to go buy any car right now. So whether gas or electric, that has nothing to do with it. Because you can't just single out EV. That's what, I guess, I don't know if I made the point or not, but because when you say EVs are too expensive, well, so are gas-powered cars then. Big Hook, Tesla has lowered its price because of slow sales. Yeah, they dropped a whopping, in the last quarter, their sales dropped, I want to say it was like 3% or something. They still outsell all the other electric cars combined, like by about a 10-to-1 ratio. The Model Y is still the number one selling car in the world, not just EV, but all vehicles. So a lot of people don't play. I don't play too much into that, as far as like people want to say that the EVs are losing popularity or whatever. There's going to be bumps. There's going to be ups and downs. They did close some of their plants, Tesla, for retooling, because they are upgrading the models. They're changing, making changes. They're doing refreshes and things like that. So that's what they said the reason was. So there's that. WW says all you liberals do is whine, whine, whine. Why is that? Why are you coming at that? Why are you going to start shit? We all know that. Okay, so Seal Beach, California. I had never seen gas so high. We all know gas prices are higher in California than they are in Illinois. Okay. Marketplace Boutique, congrats on membership. That was nice. WW time is valuable. That's what I say. It's your choice. If saving 60 cents is more important or whatever, you evaluate that for yourself. Myers Kevin says, sorry, Suzanne, I have a payee. All my extra is stored by my family in case of dire need. Suzanne, I prefer a used hybrid car. Fine. That's, like I said, hybrids are a great option. And for many of us, we have to get a used car. We can't afford brand new cars. And if you can find a nice used car, that's really the best way to go. You save a lot of money that way. If you can find a good one. I'm just skipping down. I'm not going to get into anything like that. Andrew Peachy, Trump is pro-fake unions. Yeah, Trump does not like unions at all, of course. Let's see. Fancy says today is a good day for ice cream. Oh, every day is a good day for ice cream, as far as I'm concerned. W says they are not nice yet. Charging system not right on the Mach-E. Yeah, I guess just wait then. Like I said, the technology is going to keep getting improved, I think. The technology and the infrastructure and all that stuff is going to keep going here. Well, W says unions over parties. I used to have, when I was a shop steward, it never ceased to amaze me how many people were Republicans, especially this is going back into the 90s. And I'm just thinking to myself, you do know that your party is doing everything they can to destroy unions. People just don't get that connection. Hey, Vicky Accardi is here. Thanks for being here, Vicky. Good to see you. Says, things I don't understand. What is Uber Black, and is there an Uber hookup with Hertz? I don't think Uber does Uber Black anymore. I think that was just their premier service or something, or their big SUV service. I don't think they have that anymore, but maybe they do. I don't know. I don't drive that because I don't have that kind of a car. I think you had to have a big SUV or something. I'm not sure. I might be wrong. And then is there an Uber hookup with Hertz? Well, Uber, they have a program that I go through to rent my car. I rent the Model 3, and it's through Uber, and they're set up with Hertz. So you get the cars from Hertz. Now on the website, I've also seen Avis, and I think another rental company. So it's not just Hertz, but I think for my area here in Vegas, I think it's only Hertz. I don't think they have. But if you go on the website, if you go on the Uber driver website, and you can do that even if you're not a driver, because if you're looking into being a driver, you should be able to go to the Uber driver app and go on there, and it will show. It'll say do you need a car, and you press that link, and then there's I think there's some links to some auto dealerships if you want to buy a car, and then there's a thing for renting a car. And you can rent gas-powered cars too. It isn't just EVs. You can rent gas-powered cars, but it'll have the link, and it'll show the companies that are available or that are on there. And I think I remember seeing Avis, and I think maybe Enterprise. So it's not just Hertz. But I've only done Hertz, and I think Hertz is the only one around Vegas. But I'm not 100% on that, actually. Andrew Petrie, Fancy, my ice cream is $30 a scoop at my amusement park. That's pretty outrageous. Mr. Hey, there's Mr. I haven't seen Mr. before. Thanks for being here. I hope you like and subscribe and share the show. Says it's a miracle considering how stupid people are generally. I'm not sure what we were talking about, but I would tend to agree. I guess. Big Hook says Mercedes in Alabama is going union next. Look at there in Alabama. Good old Alabama with a banjo on my knee. They're going to get unionized. See? And, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm giving Biden too much credit, but I really think the attitude, just the acceptance is of unions. Joe is a union guy. He's a union backer. And I think that permeates down into the masses. Just like when you have Reagan and Bush and the Bushes and Trump, who are anti-union, that attitude permeates down into the masses. You know, so it goes both ways. And now we've got Uncle Joe Biden there, and we can see, you know, a reversal of just the attitudes. And I think it's a great thing. That's why I vote. That's one of the reasons why I always vote for Democrats, because I think they have a better attitude. They have a better, I think they're more looking out more for working class people. And I'm a working class guy. So, let's see, I'm just skipping along here because some of these, your posts are in the middle of conversations that I don't know about. So it's kind of hard to just jump in. Like, for instance, W says, Wolverines are said to be pretty mean, like Badgers. Okay. Andrew Petrie, that's where the money is. Oh, wait, I'm trying to get my hands on the endangered black-footed ferret. Okay. Sounds wonderful. Hey, Marie Jane Greco's here. Hello, Marie. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by into the chat room here. And always good to see Marie. Big Hook, they always try to weasel their way out of things. Are we talking about actual weasels now? I think, maybe? I don't know. Andrew Petrie, I remember being on it from above, honestly. I don't see, that's what happens when I get in the middle of a conversation. And we're talking about peeing on feet or whatever, or peeing from below or whatever. Not on feet. What was I thinking? Let's see. Hey, there's Margot. Margot's in the chat. Good to see Margot. My mom used to grow it in the front porch window boxes. She was badass. See, I totally missed you guys' thread on this thing. I don't know what you guys are growing. Andrew Beecher said, my boss would boat over from the lodge and laugh at me 2 days in that tree almost. W, peeing on the bear. You guys are peeing on bears now, huh? Okay. Hey man, I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum. If that's your thing, as long as the bear is into it, I'm all for it. As long as you have a consensual bear who doesn't mind getting peed on, don't be peeing on any cubs because they're not of age. Okay, make sure it's a full-grown bear, and make sure that the bear is consenting. And just whiz away. I don't know. No, I was gonna do this like an hour ago, and I forgot. I wanted to just check out the feeds real quick here. What is going on? Let's see if Twitch. Did anyone go to Twitch? Does anybody? My guess it's gonna just be Jolie in there. Let's see. I gotta get the latest version. Apparently there's an update. There's a Twitch update going on. This shouldn't take long. Look at my watch. Oh, I have a green watch band. That's why it looks like my hand is separate from my my arm, kind of. Okay, it looks like, oh, it's still installing. I need some elevator music. or whatever, like wait on hold music. Oh, there it is. I think it's ready. Ding! Your Twitch is now ready. Okay, Twitch. How we doing at Twitch? How we doing? Let's see here. I do see that there are 0 viewers. There's Jolie. So there's at least Jolie. I'm just going to say hi. And access more tools in mod view. Open. What's mod view? Oh, there's mod view. Basically, oh, look, I can see. It kind of just changed the format a little bit. But there it is. Okay, it's working. And it only has me and Jolie in there. But anyhow, just to let you know, if you prefer Twitch, you can watch the show on Twitch. And we also have Facebook. Let's see what Facebook is looking like. Now I do get sometimes a few people in there. They seem to just watch for a few seconds and then they leave. I don't know. I don't know about Facebook, but we're also on Facebook. And there's Jolie. So I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna go Espanol here. I'm gonna say hola. For some reason, I don't know why, but I did. So there's that. So we got Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube's are all running. Everything is it's just a well-oiled machine over here. So at the Trucker John channel, it's just, it's all good. Let's see, what do we got here? What happened in the chat while I was doing that? We got Mr. Spot growing tomatoes. Oh, tomatoes. We were talking about tomatoes. Okay. I remember I've had friends or family members that have grown tomatoes. And it seems like they're always battling worms or something. I don't know. Michael McAndrews, hurry up and wait. Thanks, Michael, for being here. I don't know if I saw you earlier or not. My memory is not what it was once. What it was once. The Phantom Hand. Yes, the Phantom Hand. Oh, when I do it like this. Yeah, look, it's... I don't know. Anyhow. WW, I'm thinking I might grow tomatoes. I haven't for a couple of years. Robert Perez is here. Hey, Robert, good to see you. Top of the morning to you, Trucker John, and all the trucklers out and about. Well, top of the morning to you. It still is morning here. It's 10:27 in the Pacific time zone. So, yeah, good morning to Robert Perez. Andrew Petrie says, my buddy up island shot a bear in the ass with a blunt arrow. It pissed on him. The bear pissed on him? After he shot him in the butt with an arrow? That time at band camp? No. Anyhow, that sounds dangerous. To piss off a bear. And then he literally pissed on you. There you go. James Jaramillo is here. Says, my brother grew tomatoes last year. Damn good. Yeah, when people grow stuff and you get stuff like fresh out of the garden and it doesn't have worms in it, it is pretty delicious. I've even had fresh out of the ground carrots that an old workmate of mine was growing carrots in his backyard. And I've never hated carrots, but it's not like, carrots were just okay, whatever. But these carrots that this dude grew, it was like candy. It was like, they were so sweet, delicious. I remember eating, I never ate so many carrots in my life. This guy had boxes of carrots because, I needed to know what to do with. And so I got a bunch of the carrots and they were delicious. And then I tried to get carrots in the store, to relive that moment. This is later afterwards. And I was like, these are like, ugh. Whatever carrots whatever, if I don't know if it was some special thing he was doing or if it's just because they were like fresh out of the ground, boom, and he picked them at the right time or whatever. They were just the most delicious carrots I've ever had in my life, and I've never had anything close to that since then. And this is like 30 years ago, probably. Marie Jean Greco says, I grow the little grape tomatoes. Yum. You guys are making me hungry. I haven't had my breakfast yet, by the way. Michael Andrews just got here, John. Oh, well, thanks for getting here. Good to see you. We're talking about tomatoes and pissing on bears, basically. WW says, I was having a blight of some sort 3 years ago on them. Robert Perez, I dig your sparkling E Street hat. Yeah, it's weird how it's because of that background. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, where it looks like I was stuck in the tractor beam or something. Andrew Petrie, I collect eelgrass seaweed from my garden. The tomato plants turn blue. I don't know anything about farming or growing things. I've never done either. WW, the leaves got black spots and died. W, archery arrows. James Jaramillo, carrots and stew and coleslaw only. Yeah, but I'm telling you, this guy's carrots, you could just rinse them off because they were like fresh out of the ground, so they were dirty. So you just rinse them off in the sink, wash them up, and you could just eat them just like Bugs Bunny would eat carrots. That's what I was doing, and I tell you, it was like eating candy. I mean, it was like so sweet and just delicious. And I've never duplicated that ever since then. Pisces Greeters here. Hey, Pisces Greeter, good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. Always good to see Pisces Greeter. We're just talking about carrots and how I had an experience with some really delicious carrots at one time, and it's all a distant memory. I've never been able to duplicate that since then. Let's see. We got Pisces Greeters saying hi to everybody. WW says, baby carrots in my turkey and noodles. Hey, Teresa. But what I'm saying is, whatever carrots I've ever come across since then, they've never tasted as good as those carrots. Ever. Not even close. I don't know why. I don't know. Hey, there's Doug G. I don't think I saw Doug G before. Doug G comes out of hiding to say hi to Pisces Greeter. Good to see you, Doug G. Thanks for being here, guys. We got 27 watching and 44 thumbs ups. I wonder if we can get to 50 thumbs ups. I really would like to get to 100 thumbs ups. That's kind of a cool thing. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit the share button, share the show out. Let's get the show growing. We're at 1,700, and last count I saw, I think it was 1,708. So we're continuing to grow and get more subscribers, and someday we'll be as big as Jon Stewart or something. I don't know. Andrew Petrie says, WW, the yuppie organic store next door tried to charge me $9.90 for one tomato. That's crazy. I would have said no. I would have said no, thank you. And that would have to be one. To paraphrase Jules in Pulp Fiction, that'd have to be one charming damn tomato or something. I don't know. Just. Forget I said anything. I don't know. James Jaramillo says, it better have been the size of a pumpkin. There you go. That's a better paraphrase. WW says, I don't believe in organic. You can't take out all the pesticides and fertilizers. Why not? Again, I'm not a farmer. I don't grow shit, so I don't know. Pice Greer says, sorry I got later was sleeping. Had a rough night last night. Had a doctor appointment this morning. Went well. My A1C was very good again. I am very happy about that. Well, that's the most important thing, is your health. So I'll go ahead and give you a pass on being late today. I'll go ahead and we'll excuse that. We'll consider that as an excusal there. Good excuse. So yeah, I'm glad your A1C is good again. Marine Jane Greco says, was it a really big tomato, Andrew? Michael McAndrews, must have been a typing error on that tomato. Andrew says, no error. Nope. 990. Pice Grader says, thank you so much, Trucker John. You're welcome. You are certainly welcome. But you only get only one pass. Don't be late again. No, hey, like my dad used to say, better late than never. So glad you're here. Glad you're here in one piece, and you're feeling better, and your A1C is good, and then hopefully you'll get a better night's sleep tonight, or whenever it is that you're going to sleep. You might be taking a nap later on. I don't know. What day today? Today is Tuesday, right? Good old Tuesday. Today's Taco Tuesday. I think I'm going to get me some tacos today. I think I'm going to go to my favorite taco place, Casa del Sabor, in honor of Taco Tuesday. Let's see here. WW says, worth about that when Wendy's tries to charge $1 for a slice of a tomato. Is that how much it is to add tomatoes? Doesn't it just come with tomatoes? Anyhow? For a Wendy's burger? I think it just comes with a tomato. Or did you just wanted a slice? Like, did you say, can I have a slice? Can I have a tomato slice, please? And they're like, yeah, it's going to cost you 98 cents. Or whatever. But if you just order a burger, it just comes with a tomato for free. I mean, that's included in the charge, right? Marie, Taco Tuesday. Yes, Taco Tuesdays, my friends. It's Taco Tuesday. Robert Perez, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. That was a movie, right? Wasn't that some schlocky, kind of funny 70s movie? If I remember correctly. Michael McAndrews says, yum, fresh tacos with fajitas that melt in your mouth. Yum. Yes, these tacos at Casa del Sabor, they do melt in your mouth. I've done plenty of videos. If you want to research my videos and look for the taco, the Casa del Sabor ones, you will watch that video of me eating a Casa del Sabor taco and your mouth will literally water. I predict. W says, no, when they add it to the burger. Okay, at Wendy's, I used to work at Wendy's, and I'm pretty sure it comes with tomatoes. And if you don't want tomatoes, you have to request no tomatoes, I think, right? So the tomatoes just come on it as part of the regular price of the burger, unless I'm just totally not remembering right. I don't know. I don't think that's right, W. I don't think you get charged extra for tomatoes on your burger at Wendy's. I think it comes with it. He says, not here. WW charge more for cheese and tomato. I know they charge more for cheese. Cheese is extra. I've never heard of the charging extra for the tomato. I'm gonna have to call bullshit on that. Pice Beer says, I'm actually eating a frozen chicken burrito right now. I hope it's not still frozen. Hope you heated it up. Marie Jane Greco, love me some B horror flicks. There you go. The Attack of the Killer Tomatoes was a B horror flicks. Michael McAndrews, I haven't had such nice tacos since I left Houston and moved to Michigan. Yeah, you probably get better tacos down in Houston. Probably. And I got to say, here in Vegas, we have lots of really great taco places. Pepe's is really great. Tacos El Gordo is the one everyone talks to. That's everyone that flocks to it. To Tacos El Gordo. I'm not sure why. When I think Pepe's is better, Casa del Sabor is better for sure. There's a place. It's just called. I think it's just called Tacos Mexico or Mexico Tacos or something like that. And they have a few of those around town. They're better, I think, than Tacos El Gordo. Anyhow, but they're all delicious. Even Tacos El Gordo is delicious. I'm just saying, I don't think they're the best. Pisces Grader says, Andrew Petrie, my burrito is from a grocery store. It's not too bad. Because Andrew had said only the best burritos from 7-Eleven. I don't know about that. W says, not regular burgers. Some of the specialty burgers already have tomato. Well, I'm pretty sure if you get a single, a double, or a triple, those all come with tomatoes. So I don't know what burger you're looking at. A regular burger, and by regular burger, I mean a single or double or triple. I count that as being a regular burger. I'm trying to remember. I thought that came with lettuce, tomato, and I think, what sauce do they put on it? Is it ketchup, mustard, or I don't know. I don't know. It's been a while. I guess it's been a while since I've been to Wendy's. Now I feel like I got to go to Wendy's. When's the last time I went to a Wendy's? I can't even remember the last time, but I don't know. Anyhow, okay, whatever. I'm not going to get into a big argument about Wendy's, I guess. Mr. Spock, just double down on the pickles and make up for the tomato loss. Andrew Petrie, I remember Wendy's had a salad bar. Yes, I remember the salad bar. When I worked there in 1978 or 9, and we had a salad bar then. WW11 out, Mr. Spock, I don't eat fast food unless I am traveling. Ichabod Deer, there is a great taco stand in Green River, Utah. I went there, and after it was featured on PBS, laughing out loud. I've been to Green River, Utah, and I think I might know the place you're talking about. I never think I ever ate there, because whenever I stayed there, I was just parked at the Pilot. So I either ate just some crap from the Pilot store, or next door there was there's a hotel that has a restaurant, and I ate there quite a few times for breakfast at that restaurant. Which one time I left my iPad there, and on accident, because I brought my iPad into the table when I was eating for some reason. I didn't usually do that, but for some reason I had the iPad. Oh no, wait! I think did I leave it in the restaurant or the room? Oh, you know, I think I left it in the room. That's what it was. I don't think I brought, because I was trying to think. I don't remember bringing my iPad into restaurants with me too much. I think I left it in the room, because I got a room there one time at that hotel, and I checked out. That's why they had my phone number, because I don't think the restaurant would have my phone number. And I remember I checked out, took my everything to my truck, and I was in my truck getting ready to go. And then the hotel called me, and I was still in the parking lot. And she says, "Yeah, do you have an iPad? We found one in the room that you left." And I was like, "Oh my God, that's the iPad right here. The iPad that's right here that I'm doing this show on, that I'm watching the chat on. I left that." And if they had called like 5 minutes later, I would have been down the road. And I might not even have taken the call. Once I'm driving, I don't even, hear the call. So, anyhow, that was Green River. Oh, what was that? Green River? I think it was Green River. But anyhow, Andrew Petrie, do you Americans still have Fuddruckers? Yes, we have Fuddruckers. There's one in Ontario, California that I know of. We used to have one in Victorville. I think it might still be there. And there's a Fuddruckers. Oh, they actually have a Fuddruckers in the TA truck stop in Reno. Or is that Sparks? I guess that's Reno or Sparks, whatever. They're pretty much the same. And they actually have a Fuddruckers inside there. At least I haven't been there now. It's been, a couple of years since I've been there now. Or at least over a year. A year and a half. But they had a Fuddruckers in there, which is cool. And there might be a Fuddruckers here in Vegas somewhere. I think I saw a Fuddruckers somewhere here. But I haven't eaten at it because I don't remember. Mrs. Fox, I lived for 2 months eating 2 burgers for $1.49 at Domo Gas. I'd load up on lettuce, tomato, pickles, and onions. I'd go to McDonald's and get free salad dressing and a 99-cent Big Gulp. I didn't know McDonald's sold Big Gulps. Ichabod Deer says, it's a taco truck that parks underneath a canopy. Oh, it's famous. I think I did see that. I think I drove by it, but I never did stop. I probably should have. Because who knows, I might not ever be through Green River ever again. WW says, one in Chicago, Andrew Petrie, the waitresses insult you. No, that's Dick's Last Resort. That's not. Fuddruckers doesn't do that. At least not as part of their, they're not supposed to do that, I don't think. It's not, like Dick's Last Resort. If you ever, there's a couple of Dick's, actually there's only one now. I think they closed one of them. Dick's Last Resort. It's it's in Excalibur. They used to have one downtown by Fremont Street, but I think they just closed that one. Or they changed the name or something. But where the waiters, the wait staff, they're supposed to like insult the customers. That's the shtick. Because it's like he's a dick. Like Dick is a dick. And so they're like real dicks to you. I guess it's supposed to be funny. I've never got in there. I've never done it. I always thought about doing it just to see what it's like to have them like be, insulting to you or snarky or whatever it is. That place is supposed to be. I never heard of Fuddruckers. I've gone to several Fuddruckers and I never had it where their shtick is to like insult the customers. So maybe you just had some bad wait staff that they were just not good at their jobs or whatever. Michael McAndrews, Fuddruckers is great, a huge hamburger. Yeah, they're pretty good. I like them. Ichabod Deer, Taos, New Mexico has great, authentic Mexican food. Oh, yeah, I bet. I've never been to Taos. I lived in New Mexico for a little while. I went to school there. I lived in Las Vegas. Like I said before, there's only 2 towns where I've actually taken up residence outside of California, and both of them were Las Vegas. One was Las Vegas, New Mexico, and the other one is here in Las Vegas, Nevada. But I never did make it up to Taos, man. I wish I had. I never did get up there, but I've heard it's a really cool place. Michael McAndrews, Fuddruckers in Texas. Yeah, I think there's quite a few Fuddruckers around. Marie says that she thinks the Fuddruckers where she lives is closed. Ichabod Deer, 12 degrees of separation connected by Green River, Utah. Laughing out loud. Yeah, there is a Green River, Utah, and there's a Green River, Wyoming, right? And I used to always get them confused, I guess. Mr. Spuck says, now I want a Domo burger. Oh, memories. Domo. I don't think I've ever heard of Domo burgers. Ichabod Deer, Fuddruckers came and went on the East Coast. Ichabod Deer, Las Vegas has a Carnegie Deli. In New York. Yeah, I think I've walked in there at New York. Is that part of the Little Italy? Little Italy, I think, is Park MGM, huh? Yeah, if you go into New York, I think I've walked around and I've seen that. I've never eaten there, but I think I remember that it looked like a pretty kind of an authentic deli. Jackie says they closed all Fuddruckers in San Antonio, Texas. Wow. Ichabod Deer says, I had tongue meat tacos at the Green River taco truck. Uniquely Mexican, very good. Wow, I can honestly say that I've never had tongue tacos, and I really don't have a desire to, because probably because I've been scarred for life. One of my good friends when I was a kid, like third grade or something. His name is Joe Potts, and I think he's passed away since then. So rest in peace, Joe Potts. And if you are still alive, then hello. But I think he's passed away, and unfortunately. So rest in peace, Joe Potts. But anyhow, I remember I used to go to his house all the time. We were, neighbors, basically, and I would hang out at his house. And his mom was making, on the stove, there was like a pot with something boiling in it. And I remember just like looking, like walking through the kitchen or whatever, and looking at it, and there's this big, huge cow tongue, I guess what it was. And you could see all the little bumps in the tongue, like I guess those are like the taste buds of the tongue, right? And it just really grossed me out. I was like, oh my God, what is that? And Joe was like, that's cow tongue, dumb fuck, I'm like, oh my God. And she goes, yeah, but that's what we're having for dinner. You want to come over for dinner? And I was like, you're staying for dinner? And I was like, I think I gotta go home. I would not eat the thing because it just looked so gross, and it's like this huge tongue. I mean, the thing was huge, and I was just like, no, thank you. So I had an opportunity. I could have stayed at Joe's house and eaten the cow tongue, but ever since then, that evokes that memory of seeing this cow tongue boiling in a pot, and I'm like, no, thank you. It might be delicious. I don't know, guys. Maybe it's delicious. Maybe I should go try me some cow tongue. But it's just weird how things affect you, and it puts this image in your head or whatever. And I have no desire to eat cow tongue, or any tongue for that matter. I guess it doesn't have to be cow tongue. I don't have the desire to eat any tongue. James Jaramillo says, we had Fuddruckers in Colorado Springs and Denver. Don't know if they are still there. Michael Andrews, there's a restaurant in Chicago where the waiters, waitresses are supposed to insult you. Well, I know that's what they have. They have Dick's Last Resort. That's what they do here. Maybe there's some other ones that do that too. WW says, isn't that Fuddruckers? Michael McAndrews. The other ones I am thinking of are the same area. WW, they dance on your table. I've never seen a Fuddruckers where anyone dances on the table. The ones that I've been to. No dancing on the tables. Where I've been. Marketplace Boutique. Back in the day, they used to grind it up like hamburger. Jolie says, ooh. So I think maybe Jolie's not a fan of the tongue either, maybe. James Jaramillo, why would anyone want to go to a restaurant to be insulted? What's up with that? Well, it's supposed to be funny. Like, I've seen YouTube videos of the Dick's Last Resort. I don't know about these other places. And they're kind of funny, it's kind of funny. They're not too horrible, but they're just kind of like dicks, because Dick's Last Resort. I'm trying to think of an example of what they would say, but it's not totally horrible. It's supposed to be kind of funny, And if you know it going into it, that, like, if you didn't know, let's say you didn't, and you just went and sat down, and then all of a sudden the waiters are being really jerks to you, you'd probably get up and leave, right? But it's supposed to be kind of funny, Harry KP says, the Proton League wants to speak to you. Lavanella, yep, no thanks. I've had Santa Fe Menudo. Yeah, I don't eat menudo. Is there tongue in menudo? Maybe that's why I've never had menudo. I don't think I've ever had menudo. If I have, and if they put tongue in it, then I guess I've eaten tongue. But I've just never had a desire for menudo either, I guess. So W says, thanks, Michael. I lied by accident. It was Ed DeBedvich. Michael McAndrews says, my wife says it is Ed DeBedvich. Is that the place that insults you, or what? You beat me to it. Is Jean E here? I was sort of skipping down, so Jeannie's here. Didn't mean to skip you, but hello, Jeannie. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. Always good to see Jeannie in the chat. We are just chatting. We're sitting right at 45 likes. I was trying to get to 50. Can we get to 50? Can we get to the big 50? 28 watching, 45 thumbs ups. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, share. Let's share out the show. Let's have Trucker John go national. Whatever. Let's have Trucker John Go viral. Let's go viral. Michael McAndrews, moose nose tongue? Oh no, not for me. Moose nose? I don't think I've ever eaten moose nose. At least not wittingly. Is wittingly the word? Or knowingly? WW says, we used to have a butcher plant across the street. Butcher was in our church and friendly with parents. No telling what was ground up in our hamburger. Yeah, really, huh? Just like put all the scraps in there. James Jaramillo, I take the tripe out of menudo. So tripe is tongue, I guess. Mr. Spock says, I came from school once. I asked Mom what smells so good. She said, look in the pot on the stove. I looked in the pot and a pig's head was looking back at me. She made the best head cheese. Wow. Harry Keepy says, hominy corn was great, though menudo has pork intestines in it. I was told, and I believe, laughing out loud, I ate and dipped around it, laughing out loud. Yeah, I'm just going to stay away from the menudo. There are plenty of other great things I could eat. I don't really need that. If I want something that's sort of like a stewy soup, I'll just get some chicken noodle soup or something. I don't know. Or a stew. I don't know. There's plenty of other things I could eat. WW says, going to get some pizza. Don't have any fun without me. Still listening. I had pizza last night. Have you guys ever gone to Pieology? Last night, I was hungry, and so I went to get something to eat. And there's this kind of cool place. Well, there's like a Chipotle. There's a Pieology. There's the that place that makes the smoothie place, and then there's the Habit, which is a great hamburger place, and then there's Panera Bread. So I was parked in the parking lot looking at it. I'm like saying, well, I just had the Habit last night, the night before, they're really delicious. They're a great cheeseburger, and I was going to go to Chipotle, but then I saw Pieology, and I was like, I haven't eaten in Pieology in quite a while, probably at least a year. So I went to Pieology, and it was good. I like it. They cook it right there in this fire brick oven thing. And so I got pepperoni, Italian sausage, black olives and mushrooms with some oregano put on it. Oh yeah, I got their house blend sauce and mozzarella cheese. That was first before the toppings, and it was really good. I mean, it's probably not the best pizza in the world. I know there's some pizza aficionados that are like totally snobs. Like when it comes to pizza, it has to be New York style. If it ain't New York style, then they get all shitty. God forbid you should eat Chicago style or deep dish. God forbid. I'm a type of guy. I'm not an only one way type of guy. I'm like, there are lots of different ways to eat a pizza or have different styles of pizza or any type of food. It doesn't have to be just this one narrow thing. There can be a good deep dish. There can be a good, thin crust, the real greasy, cheesy, like New York style pizza. There can be a good, just, sort of middle of the road where the toppings are the features more than the sauce and the cheese or whatever. There could be different things. Is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't have to be just one way, people. Mr. Spot. Oh, I read that one about the head cheese. For some reason, the chat seems to be down there. Andrew Petrie, slap the like button like it's MTG's face. There you go. Michael Mandel, worldwide Trucker John. Ichabod Deer, don't like the taste of venison. I remember eating a bunch of venison because I had a teammate. It was when I was playing college ball down in Palm Desert, and his brother, who actually had a career he played with the New England Patriots. His big brother I say career because I don't know how long he played. I'm not even sure if he started. But anyhow, he was a really great player. He made it into the Patriots. This is back in the late 70s, early 80s, I guess, when he played. But anyhow, he was a hunter. He went hunting, and I guess he, got some deer. And so my not roommate, he's a teammate. We weren't roommates. He got a bunch of these like venison steaks or whatever. And he was like, hey, come on over. We'll barbecue them up and have them. And I was like, oh, great, because I've never had one. And actually, I thought it was okay. I'm trying to think. It's been a long time ago. That's like 40 years ago, right? But I remember, so it's the same way with the steak. That's when I remember the snake. That's the same time period when I ate that snake. And people were saying, did it taste like chicken? I actually don't remember exactly what it tasted like, the snake. But I remember saying that this doesn't taste like chicken, because everyone was going to say, does it taste like chicken? And it didn't really taste like chicken to me, the snake. And the same way with the venison. I don't think that didn't taste like chicken. But I'm trying to think of what it tasted like. I remember it was good. I remember I liked it. I enjoyed it. But it was definitely different than eating, like a cow steak. It definitely was different. And people say it's gamey, and I'm not even sure what gamey means. But anyhow, I remember I liked it. But I don't think I've had venison since then. So that's been 40 plus years ago. Joy Fox. Hey, Joy Fox. Good to see you. Says, I attended Kansas State when I took livestock and meat evaluation. We would go into the meat locker and view carcasses. They had a big rack with hooks that they would hang all the tongues on. Creepy. Ooh, yeah, that does sound creepy. Jackie says, catch you guys later. Hey, peace out. Good seeing you. Glad you're here. Come back to the next one. Hopefully see you again on Thursday. Thursday morning. We'll see you. Andrew Petrie, I ate perfectly good roadkill saves me buying a gun and hunting licenses. I've heard of people doing that. It sounds kind of gross to me, and hopefully the roadkill is as fresh as possible. Let's see. Harry Kippy says, there are better slices in my philosophy than Horatio's tongue. Jolie says, Juggertron has channel memberships and super chats. We do. And those are always fun to see. And you can also support the show by liking, subscribing, sharing, and you can buy me coffee over at buymecoffee.com/JRFowler. So there. Joy Fox says, my mom used to secretly make us brain burgers right up until we saw the container and refused to eat them anymore. Oh my God, Joy Fox. Brain burgers. Oh my God. Now, did you like them? Apparently you liked them. So if you didn't know they were brains, I'm just thinking of Hannibal Lecter when he cuts Ray Liotta's head, top of his head off, and he's eating his brain while he's still alive. Oh my God. So creepy. So creepy. Hey, we're at 49 likes. I remember just a couple minutes ago I said, can we get to 50? One more and we'll be at the big 5-0. W says, Grandma Webb loved head cheese from a special Amish market in Arthur, Illinois. We went through Arthur on our way to her house. It was out of the way, but my dad loved his mom. Aw. Hey, Michael McAndrews. Thank you so much, Michael. A $20 super chat. Get your coffee, John. Thank you so much. Hey, can I give that a like? Can you do that? Oh, look at there. See, that's the thing. I didn't know you could do that. Look at there's the 4 likes on Michael McAndrews' thing. Can I heart it? Oh, and I hearted it. See, I'm learning new stuff as we go along, folks. I didn't know you could thumbs up someone's super chat, and I didn't know you could give it a heart, and I just did both. Hey, Janelle Walker's here. Good to see you, Janelle. Janelle's saying hello to everybody. I saw Janelle in a chat. Was that this morning or last night? Where did I see you, Janelle? Oh, I think it was last night at Liberal Dan, I think. Yeah, I saw you in the Liberal Dan chat. So good to see you. Thanks for coming by. We are 26 watching. Still only 49 likes. I'm trying to get to 50. Can we get to 50 likes? Michael McAndrews. Cool. Yeah, thank you so much, Michael. That's awesome. And cheers. I am almost out of coffee, by the way. Let's see. Harry KP says, brains are no good. For fuck's sake, do not eat. May contain prions? Oh, see, mad cow disease. Harbor crap viruses in stuff. Okay, I'm staying. I'm staying off the brains. I'm not going to eat any more brains. No more brains for me. Hopefully, I don't think I ever have eaten one. As far as I know, like we say, you don't know what these butchers are putting in their meat. Yeah, I've never knowingly eaten any brain. But do you guys remember that scene in? Was that the sequel to Silence of the Lambs? Right? It wasn't the original? Was Leota in the original? See, I'm this is how bad my memory is. And I apologize for spoiling. I didn't put up a spoiler alert. If you have not seen either Silence of the Lambs or the sequel or whatever one Ray Liotta was in, I apologize. I may have just spoiled. So here's a spoiler alert. I'm going to talk a little bit about that movie, a little bit more about the movie. Okay, so if you haven't seen this, it's a 30-something-year-old movie, so hopefully you've seen it. Can I talk about it? You guys don't mind if I talk about it, right? There is a scene where Ray Liotta, who was, I think, a fellow FBI agent, and Hannibal Lecter just kind of like opens the top of his scalp and peels back his scalp or whatever and exposes his top of his brain. And he's like, but he's totally wide awake because I think he did something to his brain. He took out certain nerve centers or something, and it's just so creepy, you know. And like he doesn't even know that Hannibal Lecter is like got a little knife and fork and it's like taking little chunks of his brain and eating his brain. It's one of the creepiest things I've ever seen in a movie, I think. James Hermio says Hannibal. So yeah, that was the sequel, right? Yeah, I think. Michael McAndrews, I think eating brains doesn't make you smarter. Really? Because that was the I was hoping maybe it didn't take, did it? It didn't work for me. Apparently not. WW says, I thought brains were called sweetbreads, but that is glandular organs like pancreas. Okay. Marie says it was the sequel. Yeah, okay, yeah, it was the sequel. Great scene. Yeah, it's a great scene. It's very memorable because I do remember that, and I remember just being so creeped out about it when in the theater, you know, watching that when it was like, oh my God, no! It's like he's eating your brain because he was like awake and talking, but he couldn't feel anything because Hannibal had done something like, you know, I guess he removed a pain part of his brain, maybe. I don't know. Marie says Silence of the Lambs was one of my favorite movies. Yeah, it was an awesome movie. I remember seeing Silence of the Lambs. I was on vacation with my wife at the time. I think we were in Washington D.C. area, and we went to see a movie, and it was Silence of the Lambs, and it was a big theater there near the mall, or what the mall, not the mall like the, you know, the monuments and stuff, but there was an actual shopping mall, and there's a big theater there, and I remember we went to this movie. This was a huge theater. This must have held like 1,000 people. I remember it was just huge, and watching Silence of the Lambs, and you get that collective, you know, shared experience watching this movie, and everyone was like, like certain scenes of Silence of the Lambs. This is not this movie, but not the sequel, but for the original. And I remember people being like, you know, just gasping in that movie, and it was really kind of a cool experience. And it was a great movie. Michael McAndrews, I have to sleep tonight, you know. Yeah, I know. We're all gonna have nightmares now thinking about Hannibal Lecter. WW says some brain surgery requires a patient to be awake. Joy Fox says brain burgers were about 60 years ago, so don't remember too much about them. but distinctly remember the little container. I am guessing they were cheap. Yeah. Whew. I don't think I ever had a brain burger. Andrew Petrie says, frozen monkey brains. Hey, we're at 50 likes. Thanks, guys. We got to the 50 like mark. Thank you so much. Frozen monkey brains. And that we say monkey brains, of course, that reminds me of, I guess that was Indiana Jones, right? Was that the original Indiana Jones, or was that one of the sequels? Weren't they eating monkey brains or something? Supposedly. WW says, we got all that stuff free, plus ducks and geese. Mr. Spock says the human brain is almost 60% fat. I guess that makes us all fatheads. Laughing my fucking ass off. Yeah, you fathead. Michael says, dang, now I won't be able to sleep tonight. James Hermio, I'm having an old friend for... Yeah, that was the line, yeah. Well, I'm having an old friend over for dinner, Clarice. WW says, if the farmers were bringing in pigs, we would cheer for the little pigs that got away. Of course, they always got caught. One ran up on our porch. Aww, poor little piggy. W says, we tell these stories over and over, don't we? Don't we, Clarice? Andrew Petrie says, this is like the Knowledge Channel. Yes, very knowledgeable here. Thank you. We're very brainy. At least today we are. We're being very brainy today, aren't we? That was sort of a pun, I guess you could say. You know how some people say no pun intended? Pun intended on that one. Michael Boy Andrews, the cool room. Yes, this is where the cool kids hang out. WW says, we had a little butchered pig hanging in the garage. It had a hernia like I did. Dad told me that if I was a pig, I might be hanging in the garage. That doesn't sound nice. Boop, boop. Marie says, W! But yeah, I keep it basic. I'm basic. Pretty much just eat hamburger, and steaks. I don't really get into the brains and the tongue, things of this nature. Michael Montagers said, had a rough childhood, did we, W? Did we, W? We had a rough one, didn't we? Especially if... I know, W's dad was just joking. Let's not get carried away. W says, just ate pizza. Now I should probably make a salad. You already ate the pizza? That was quick. Did you go out for pizza? That was pretty quick. Michael Manners, drink your orange juice. I am out of orange juice. I need to go do some shopping. I'm pretty much out of everything. That's why the last 2 nights I went out. And I know for the price I spent at The Habit and at Pyology, I could have bought groceries that would last a week probably. But I just, it's sometimes, how it is. You're just lazy or you just don't feel like shopping. And so you just go, out to eat. W says, I made the pizza yesterday. Oh, it just warmed up a few pieces. Oh, okay. Andrew Petrie says, trust me, moose nose is good. I don't trust you. Andrew? Moose nose? Come on. No. I guess all I'm thinking of is like snot. Okay, the snot burns away when you cook it. Ichabod Deer says, do a video from Habit Burger. Need to see them again. Laughing out loud. Did I do one before? I think I may have. If you look through the archives of Trucker John, there's probably a Habit video in there somewhere. W says, face meat is said to be tastiest. I guess a lot of this is just like perception or whatever, you know what I mean? Like the thought of eating a nose just does not appeal to me. But it might be the best goddamn part of the moose. I don't know. Michael McAndrews says, I ran into a moose going around a corner in Wyoming. Nose to nose, scared me and the moose at the same time. That's a funny image. Man, I regret to this day. One time I was up in North Bend, Washington, right off Interstate 90. There's a TA right there. And when you get off that off-ramp, to get to the TA, there's like kind of some trees and there's like a grassy area, and just sitting there, just standing there, minding his own business, was this fucking huge moose. And I remember I stopped on the shoulder just to look at the moose, and I had cameras, I had phones with cameras. This is, I forget how many years ago this was. Maybe it was 5-6 years ago or whatever. And I didn't take any pictures of the goddamn thing. I remember just looking at it, just kind of, you know, it was like right outside my truck. I just stayed in my truck. I didn't want to harass it or you know, or have it harass me. But I remember just looking at it and kind of being amazed by this big moose. Hence the expression, you big moose. And it was really cool. And then I drove away and went to the TA. And then afterwards I was like, why didn't I take a picture of that or a video of it? What was I thinking? Because, you know, I video a lot of shit and I take pictures of a lot of shit. I don't know why I didn't. And then ever since then I was like, well, if I ever see a moose there or anywhere, I'm going to take a picture of the goddamn thing. And I've never seen one since. I mean, I've seen moose, but not where I had an opportunity where I could just be 10 feet away from it and just take all the videos. Because he was just sitting there. He didn't give a care in the world that I was parked right next to him. It didn't take off. He just sitting there and he was kind of grazing in the grass, you know, and would look up and look around. And the thing was huge. I mean, I don't know how many feet tall it is, but it's fucking huge. And so I never had that opportunity since then. Like then, I could have done a whole full photo shoot on the thing, you know. So I don't know why I do that. Sometimes things happen and I don't take video of it. And then you see all the videos I do take it are like really stupid, you know. And when I have a chance to take something that's really kind of cool, I don't. So I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. What's wrong with me? You know? Anyhow, just looking at the chats real quick. Andrew Petrie, you burn it, boil it, peel it, cut it up like a calamari, deep fry it, yummers. Are you talking about moose nose? Michael McAndrews, you have a stronger stomach than me, Andrew. I have plenty of animal photos. Yeah, but I'm talking about a moose. That's the hard one to get. Unless you're in a zoo. I'm not talking about zoos. I'm talking about, I was actually out, and it was just out there in the wild, you know, or whatever. Jolie says, I did the same thing when an eagle landed next to my car. I just sat there with my mouth hanging open, didn't take a pic. I know, and then the moment passes, and you're like, why didn't I take a picture? Andrew Petrie said, bald eagle doesn't taste good at all. Have you tried it? I'm afraid to ask. No, probably has, huh? WW says, we had a reserve not far from here with rescued zoo animals. WW have, I think, still here. Okay, guys, well, look, I'm looking at the old clock on the wall, or not really, but the timer here on the thing. It's been 2 hours, 9 minutes, 47 seconds. We've been doing this live stream. I don't like to go too much over 2 hours usually, so I think we're going to go ahead and end this monstrosity. Let's see, today's Tuesday, so we'll be back on Thursday. Thursdays are a double shot of Trucker John. I usually go on in the morning at 9 a.m. Stephanie B2 is here, just popping in to say hi, just as I'm saying goodbye. Stephanie B2, thanks for being here. Make sure you like, subscribe on the way in and on the way out or whatever. But I guess today's Tuesday, so I'll see you guys over there in the House Sparks chat for all of you sparklers. Michael McAndrews, wonderful chat. Well, it's been wonderful chatting with you, and even with W, it was wonderful today. Stephanie B2 just barely got in here, just in the nick of time to say hello. Going back to UCSF, the pain is too bad. Well, Stephanie, I hope that they can deal with that for you and get you feeling better. Pain sucks, and so I hope that that they can get that worked out for you. W says eagles eat garbage. Yeah, they're eagles aren't. They're pretty much like those scavenger type bird. Andrew Petrie, thanks, Trucker. 72 hi W. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I'll probably see you over there. For all you sparklers, I'll see you over there at House Sparks later on at 3 p.m. Pacific time. For you non-sparklers, well, you might want to check out House Sparks because he's pretty interesting fellow, has a good show. And for the rest of you, for everyone, sparklers and non-sparklers alike, you are trucklers now. Like it or not, you guys are trucklers. And I will see you again right here on the Trucker John, not Trucker Jan. Don't go to Trucker Jan. She's a whore. No, go to the Trucker John channel, and we'll be here Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time, and also, you should know this by now, 3 p.m. Pacific time. It's the House Sparks pre-show warm-up. And we'll be doing that on Thursday at 3 p.m. All right, so I'll see you guys then. As far as walks, I didn't do a walk. I remember last time I said I was going to do a walk over the weekend. I never did do it. I'm kind of reevaluating all that. I'm going to do some walks, but they might be shorter. Doing those 10,000 step walks was kind of tearing my knee up a little bit, I think, and my feet and stuff like that. So I'm kind of reevaluating that, but don't worry. We're going to do some walks. We're going to walk Fremont Street. We're going to walk the Arts District, which is cool to see, and then I want to do some Red Rock Canyon walks. We'll do those, but just as my time allows, I guess, and as my body allows, I gotta I don't know. I got some stuff I gotta do, I guess. But anyhow, thanks guys there. Thanks for being here. Mindy Nitrous was here. How you trucker, John Sparklers and Sparkettes. Thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping by. Andrew Petrie, as far as a freak of nature. My sister is a mod there. Yes, that's right. Of course. Andrea, yes. Alrighty, so I'm just looking at the chats here real quick. But thank you guys. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Mini Nitrous, I'm late, sorry. And like I've always said, like my dad always said, better late than never. Better late than never. Thanks for being here, guys. I'm going to call an end to this. Eventually, I keep dragging this out. But yeah, as far as doing the walks and everything, we'll be doing those again. In the meantime, though, I'm going to do some stretching and keep the stretching going, because the thing you want to really avoid, right, in life, in general, is pulling a hammy. You do not want to pull a hammy, I'm telling you.
Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for watching the Trucker, hanging out with us, that sort of stuff. It's very cool, I really love it. Thanks. J. Trump do solemnly swear that I've never farted in court ever, not once, not ever, not ever. It's all lies, fake news.